record button and feel free to introduce yourself. Let us know where you're dialing in from today. It's great having everybody online.
Armstrong from South Africa.
Amber from New York.
Coach Kola here in Northern California.
Captain from Dallas, Texas. Yeehaw!
Eileen, Scotland.
Eileen, you've missed a deep pod. You just evolved from all
Sorry! I jumped in.
All right, remember to mute yourself back. We got a fast typer. Whoever's typing at 60 words a minute, mute yourself.
Jen, Scotland.
Hi, Jen. How are you?
I'm good, Tom. Yourself?
I'm doing great. Great to have you online with us.
Hey, guys. Douglas from Ireland here. How are you all?
Ireland.
Scotland.
Michelle from New Mexico.
New Mexico.
Hey, it's Ken from Texas.
Yeehaw!
Yeehaw!
From Tampa.
Welcome, Tampa.
Thank you.
This is Catherine from Boulder, Colorado, but I'm from Clearwater, Florida, not far from Tampa.
Yeah.
Clearwater Beach.
Yep, Clearwater.
This is Eric Brent from Los Angeles. Eric Brent from Los Angeles, California. How are you guys?
Great to have you online. I'll be out there December 2nd for a meeting, Eric, so make sure you look us up. We'll be out there December 2nd doing a meeting in L.A.
Okay.
Hey, Patrick from Arizona. Hey, Tom, quickly, are you doing Vegas December 3rd?
Yes, I am, at the Trump Hotel.
Bring your Trump coin.
It's nothing political. Nothing political. I just stay there because they don't have gambling and cigarettes there. That's the only reason I stay there.
Jack's here from New Jersey.
Welcome, Jack.
Good morning. This is Cynthia in Dallas.
Welcome, Cynthia.
Thank you.
All right. Feel free to introduce yourself as you come in. We got people from about 8 different countries. That's pretty cool, but great having everybody online today. This is the Protocol of Prosperity presentation. We're going to talk to you about a system of creating a state of success. And we're going to talk to you about cryptocurrency today and digital currency, new currency, whatever you want to call it, Bitcoin, OneCoin, Litecoin, Ethereum. There's a whole bunch of them. But we're going to be talking about digital currency today and how people are creating wealth through a process called mining and trading and really having a great time doing it from the comfort of their own home with our pretty cool system. So if you haven't introduced yourself, please unmute, introduce yourself, let us know where you're zooming in from, and we'll get started here in 1 minute.
Hi, it's Leanne from Canada.
Hi, Leanne.
Hi.
Bob Pilkington, Springfield, Missouri.
Welcome, Bob.
Digna calling in from LA.
Hello, LA.
Both from Scotland.
Another Scotland. How are you doing, Scotland? Is that Ray Boy that just said that? Yeah. Very good. Well, I guess I'll turn on my video. I don't know if my video worked today. I'm down on the farm today, so we'll see how long my video works before it freezes up. So, all right. I'm going to go ahead and mute everybody out. We're going to go ahead and get started. Click it out. There we go. Do a little bit of housekeeping. If you've never done a Zoom cast, it's always good to lock the screen share so somebody doesn't take it over. And during the presentation, if you'll just keep your hands off the keyboard, that would be great. No grabbing the marker and marking up the screen or anything like that. No graffiti. We don't need any of that. But awesome having everybody online today. My name's Tom McMurrain. I'll be your host. And we, as you can hear, we've got people from all over the world: Ireland, Scotland, Dubai. Let's see, Canada, man, everywhere. Pretty incredible. Let me look around if I missed anybody. I know we said California. That's a country in its own, or at least it wants to be, I understand. And but yeah, awesome having everybody online. We're going to be talking about cryptocurrency. We do this presentation. Let me get that sun out of my background. We do that presentation about 7 times a week, which gives you an opportunity to introduce friends, to this exciting opportunity of cryptocurrency and ultimately what it is, what's in it for you, and how you can get started. There's an incredible opportunity in front of you today. And we hope that, and by the way, we're not going to ask you for any credit cards or anything like that today, so don't worry about being sold anything. In fact, we really want you to become educated first, and we want you to be willing to buy something, you know, where you like, I want to be involved in this. We're not looking to force people into cryptocurrency, but there's a lot of people out there that are going, you know what? With the way the economy's going and what's happening around the world, I probably ought to be looking at a plan B. I probably ought to be looking at a way to create wealth. You know, the stock market in general, since the crash of 2008, has not returned most of your portfolios to their pre-2008 standing. I can kind of probably guess that for most people, because everybody I talk to is like, you know, the market is back up almost double, and my 401k looks like it's less than it was before 2008, a lot less, or after 2008. And so there are people in digital currency, I want you to know, that are creating more wealth in a year or 2 years than they've earned all of their lifetime. And it comes from a process called mining. It comes from a process called being at the right place at the right time. It comes from a process of learning about a new technology that exists that allows you to do something that you couldn't do prior to 2010. And I want to repeat that real quick. We have a technology that did not exist, that did not allow you to do what we're doing prior to 2010. And I want to remind you, in 1990, a new technology came about that allowed you to do something that you couldn't do before 1990. And that was send an email and access the internet. In 1990, we all gained access to TCP/IP, which was the protocol technology that allowed the internet to work. And so when you think about special moments in time, another special moment in time would be when they invented the semiconductor. The semiconductor was something that was transformed many of our lives in a way that some of us don't even know, but all of the devices that you use today are semiconductor based, and they give you an opportunity to do things that you couldn't do prior to the semiconductor being created. And so I want you to know we are at a very special moment in time. The business model of bankless banking has been proven by Bitcoin, who is the first mover in the space. Many of you have heard of Bitcoin. Some of you are like, oh, I know about it. I've heard of it, but I don't know anything about it. Some of you are like, I thought Bitcoin was a scam. And some of you are like, my friend invested in it and he became a millionaire and I wished I would have listened to him. So that's often the response that we get when we talk about Bitcoin. And I want you to know that just like the internet, there was Netscape and UUNet in the beginning, and MindSpring and CompuServe. And there were second movers that came along like AOL. And then there was third movers that came along like Google and Microsoft, you know, and on the internet, Microsoft.net. And there were, you know, fourth movers that are coming along now like Uber and Airbnb. And there's been so many investment opportunities in the internet in the last 25 years that all of us should be billionaires if we would have kept our mind open to it and invested little by little as those opportunities came along. But the problem is we didn't have a crystal ball. And the problem was we were so busy running around paying for our new cars and paying for our big mortgages that, you know, maybe we weren't, or paying off our credit card debt, maybe we weren't paying attention like we should have been. And I tell people that this is one of those things that if you don't pay attention to this, this will probably be the greatest technological evolution that you've ever seen in your lifetime, what we're talking about today. And not only do I believe that, but Don Tapscott, who wrote the book, The Blockchain Revolution, Don also wrote a book called The Digital Economy, which was the very first best-selling book of the internet. And see if I'm... Uh-oh, I'm muted. There we go. I'm back. All right. Sorry, that was my fault. I knocked my my internet cord out. And but anyway, as I was saying, you know, when you look at the technology that we have today, we're able to do business without using banks. And I'm going to do a bankless transaction with somebody today. If there's somebody that's brand new that has downloaded the blockchain app, if somebody would put that information in chat, how to get the link to the blockchain.info app, I would love to give $5 to somebody today and do a bankless transaction with somebody. And hopefully I can do it with somebody who's brand new, because I like to prove to y'all how easy it is. Jen, have you done one? You not nod yes or no. Have you done a Bitcoin transaction? You haven't? Okay. Do you have a smartphone? I can hear you now.
Oh, sorry. Yes, I do so.
Have you ever downloaded the blockchain app, blockchain wallet?
No, I haven't done that yet. No, sorry.
Okay. Would you like to do a Bitcoin transaction with me today?
Yes.
Okay. Well, while I'm talking, you'll have a couple minutes to download the app, and Catherine, Clement, or somebody, if you wouldn't mind typing in the information into the chat, I'm sure you all already have. But there's a free app that you can type in and download called Blockchain Wallet. What type of phone are you on, Android or iPhone?
It's iPhone.
Okay, so it would be Blockchain Wallet, and look for the app that is most related to, it says Luxembourg is where the app is originated out of. And I'll go to screen share real quick and I'll show you what the logo looks like so you can see it.
Okay, perfect, Tom, thanks.
But here, and then all you have to do is you download the app, and anybody else that wants to do this, y'all can do this as well. But let me pull up the what the website looks like so you can see what the logo, let me get this thing out of the way. I can't see my menu bar. There we are. Blockchain.info. And I want to show you, I'll leave blockchain.info up because I want to give you all a little bit of education today on internet. Well, now we use Bitcoin, we use OneCoin, and if you can see my screen there, Jen, you can see what the logo looks like, blockchain.
Yeah, got it.
Okay. All right, when you download the app, it'll just ask you to put in an email address and a password, and then once you'll hit create new wallet, and then once you've done that, and put in your username and password. Password has to be a little bit more complicated. It can't be an easy one. And then it'll ask you for a 4-digit PIN. You have to put that in twice. And then what basically you've done, Jen, is you set yourself up as your own bank. And I could literally send $100,000 to you in a matter of milliseconds. And if there was a Tesla dealership in your neighborhood, you could go buy a Tesla. If there was an ATM machine for Bitcoin, you could go pull out cash. And I'm doing that without using a bank, and I'm doing it without using a government-issued currency, which is, as I mentioned, we were not able to do this prior to 2010. Now, do you all see all these transactions going across this screen down here? That is a blockchain that Bitcoin uses. And that is every transaction that's occurring on the blockchain right now. And you'll see some of these numbers, like when it says 1.00, 25.00. These are transactions. These are live transactions that are going across the blockchain right now. So everything is transparent. So I wanted to indicate that, if you're trying to start a criminal enterprise or anything like that, digital currency is not the best way to do it, because every transaction that you would do would be public information. Okay. Now, this is an encrypted number over here, so we don't know whose account that's coming from, but everything is traceable. I just saw 90 Bitcoins go by. Somebody do 90 times 700. Let's see, 90 times 700. Patrick probably do this in his head. Times 700. So that was a $63,000 transaction that just went over blockchain. And so as you all watch it, this website's called blockchain.info, but it's a pretty educational site when you think about cryptocurrency. This is a non-governmental issued currency, Bitcoin is, that people are transacting all over the world right now. And there's probably about $300 million a day that's transacted in digital currency. So this is very, very real, folks. And what the experts are saying is that by the time 2026 comes along, everybody will be using some form of digital currency. We're not talking government currency. We're talking digital currency. Companies like Amazon will have their own coin. And if you do business with Amazon with their coin, they'll give you a discount because they won't have to pay any banking fees to the banks. Procter & Gamble is working on a blockchain for a coupon system to where if you use their currency, it'll be like using coupons. You'll just buy some Procter & Gamble currency and you'll be able to buy their products directly from Amazon using digital currency, and you'll get a discount. Airlines, how many of y'all know what airline miles are? Frequent flyer miles. Frequent flyer miles are moving onto the blockchain so they can't be duplicated and that they originate with the person who earned them. They can't be stolen, and they become very transparent and ultimately a much more efficient operation for the airlines. I suspect that PayPal will eventually come out with their own currency. Could you imagine how much PayPal has to pay Visa, MasterCard in fees on a daily basis for all the transactions, all the licensing fees they have to pay? This technology basically is a direct competitor to the banking industry, because prior to 2010, there was no way to do a bankless transaction without using an intermediary. So if I were to send Michelle money right now, and Ken's computer may be online, Ken's computer may actually verify the transaction that I have the money on my public ledger to send Michelle, okay? So we use millions of computers around the world. Are what we call confirmation computers. They actually confirm that I have money on my public ledger. So the blockchain technology that we're talking to you today about is what powers OneCoin, which is one of the companies we're going to talk to you about today. It powers Bitcoin. It powers Ethereum. Let me give you a really great example. If you're first time at this, I want you to think about your mobile phone. Your mobile phone service is like the blockchain software that powers your mobile phone, okay? So think of the AT&T or Verizon or T-Mobile. Think of that service as the blockchain technology. And then the apps that you all have on your phone, think about those as currencies. So one day there will be a title search app on your phone that will allow you to research any title in the world using blockchain-based technology. One day there will be an app on your phone that will allow you to trade baseball cards with anybody in the world, because every baseball card, player card, will be registered on the blockchain. Everything of currency, stocks and bonds. Amber, you'll log on and you say, I need to buy 1,000 shares of Amazon stock. There will be an app on your phone that will connect you with somebody that has 1,000 shares of Amazon stock for sale. And there won't be any intermediary, so there'll be no commissions, no clearinghouse fees, nothing like that. One day, very soon, your refrigerator is, your gallon of milk that's going to be in your refrigerator is going to run half empty, and it's going to communicate with your refrigerator because it's got a little sensor in the label behind the little plastic, the little label, paper label. And that paper label will communicate with your refrigerator and say, hey, Ken, I'm a half gallon low. I'm down to a half gallon, and the owner wants you to order me, order another gallon. And your refrigerator will connect with Amazon, and it will order another gallon of milk for you, and it'll show up. And they're not going to be using Visa, MasterCard, or paper or coin currency to pay for that milk. It's going to be paid for with digital currency. For any of you that are using, say, Kindle technology, when you make your purchases through Kindle, you're actually using digital currency with Kindle. Many of y'all don't know this, but there are companies all around the world. Dell is now accepting Bitcoin. There are many companies around the world that are starting to accept digital currency, and it's because they're saving money on fees. Well, guess what? Somebody has to bring this currency into existence. And that's what we do for a living. We are miners. We bring currency into existence. And for doing that, we get a deep discount on the currency. So if I told you, I said, hey, Ken, we're starting a new country. We're starting a new economy, but we need some investment bankers, some people to bring our currency into existence and then start distributing it. And once you bring it into existence, Ken, you'll be able to spend it, sell it, or save it for the future. And as the currency grows in value, so will your purchasing power. So we're willing to allow you to get $10 bills for $1. How many of you are down with that? How many of y'all would do that deal? So I'm starting a new economy. I'm willing to give you $10 bills for $1. And once you have those bills, you can actually start spending them all day long. Okay. And that's really what mining is all about. The first step is there's got to be a group of early adopters or founders or people that are willing to bring the currency into existence. And then once it's brought into existence, then we've got to set up the retailers around the world that will accept the currency. So this is not a small undertaking, by the way. This is a large undertaking, and it requires millions, if not tens of millions of people to create an economy. And so I pretty cool about that. But what I want to do now, let me jump back and see if how Jen is doing. Excuse me. Let me find Jen on my screen here. I see Kevin in the house. What's going on, Kevin? There's Jen. Let me unmute you, Jen. How'd you do? Did you get it downloaded okay?
Yeah, Tom, that's it. Downloaded. Fine. Yeah.
All right. Well, let's do this.
Okay.
I would like to log in to my e-wallet, and I'd like you to log into your e-wallet.
Yeah.
And when you log in, you're going to see receive or a plus sign, and you click on the plus sign and you can go to receive money.
I have this, Tom. I don't. Is this the right? Can you see?
Okay. Give me 1 second. I'm trying to get my I got to get my internet on. I just realized I'm not online right now. I just got down to my farm about 20 minutes before the call started.
Yeah, I've got it. It's a code. Don't know if that's.
Got a little QR code, little black squiggly box, and
Yeah.
let me turn on my Wi-Fi real quick. All right, I am good to go. All right, says I have service. Let's give it a shot. All right, so if you will hold that QR code up to the screen.
I don't know if you can.
Where are you located?
Scotland, Tom.
Okay, good. The bank's open there right now?
Yeah, it's closed now.
Yeah, they're closed now.
Yeah.
Same here.
Yeah.
So let's do this. You probably have to stick a little bit closer to the camera because it's a little bright. That's perfect. Yeah, a little bit. That's good. My wallet's initializing right now. My internet's just coming up and I'm getting a zillion messages. Hold on 1 second. Come on, wallet. But anyway, what that is, she's showing us right there, folks. It's a QR code, and that is her account number. And normally you wouldn't hold your checking account number or bank account number up to a public internet. Dang, my phone just went out. Give me a minute. Take it down. I'll come back with you. We'll get this done during the presentation. I need to find a cord. But let me do this. I want to jump around to a couple people, and we'll talk about digital currency. I'd like to go to Patrick Janish first. I haven't heard from Patrick in a while, and let me see if I can find him on here. We got a lot of people on today from all over the world. It's pretty cool. Patrick, where are you? Let me just unmute you, and then I'll find you on the video. And then I'll be right back with you, Jen. I need to hook my phone up to a charger. Said I had 30% power, and it just went plop and went away. Patrick, you there?
Oh, I got all those points.
Huh? Patrick,
you had 305?
He's on a phone call right now. Let me jump over to, let me say hello to Bob Pilkington, if I could. Bob, how are you doing?
Hi, Tom, I'm great.
Very good. We got
Excited to be on your Zoomcast today.
Man, it's great to have you online. So tell me a little bit about your cryptocurrency story. We got a lot of new people on today, so they probably are wondering. I always tell people that, when you first learn about cryptocurrency, number one, if you know nothing about it, you may think, well, it's not real. This has got to be a joke, or a scam. And then number two, all of a sudden you start learning about it and you go, wait, Microsoft's involved in this, Dell's involved in this, PayPal's involved in it, Amazon's involved in it, Richard Branson's involved in it, Mark Andreessen, and then you start going, well, maybe this is real. And then, of course, as you start doing it yourself, you realize that you don't have to be real technical, and you start creating some wealth with it. And I tell people you kind of go from a fear state to a believing state to a knowing state into a conviction state. And can you kind of walk us through your process of going through those 4 states or 3 states, wherever you are right now?
Well, I'm in the conviction state. I can guarantee you. First part of June, I had a friend of mine who I'd been in with another network marketing company call me and said, Bob, you really have to take a look at this. She got started back in February, and she started telling me about how much she was either making in referral fees or how much her educational package had increased. And I thought, well, geez, I need to take a look at this. But she said, do you know anything about digital currency? And I had not a clue, like most of us. And I wanted to really do research. I trusted her because she's a good friend of mine, and I'd made money. We'd made money together before, but I started just researching everything I could find about it. Started finding some of the, the Ponzi things and the scam things on Google, and I thought, well, who the heck are these people, and why would they be, slamming this so much? And then I found out because OneLife Network and OneCoin has such a high rating as far as visits to their website. These people are just driving traffic to their websites and then trying to sell you something else. So I found out they weren't very credible very quickly, but I did spend probably 2 days just researching it. And when I finally got the concept that OneCoin's their original purpose was to form a world reserve currency, when I got that, I thought, boy, I have to get involved with this. It's such an amazing concept where we're actually creating our own demand by sharing these educational packages with other people. So I got involved in June, and I bought a executive package, and I actually had to borrow money from my life insurance policy to do it. I'll be honest with you. And since then, I bought some more packages, and I'm sharing with other people. And I'm just so convinced that this is just an opportunity, even for somebody my age. I'm 71, and I need to generate extra income, and it can be done. And I'm not a techie. It's just not that difficult. I hear my wife in the background. Sorry about that. But anyway, I'm excited about it. I encourage people to take the time to educate themselves. And if you will educate yourself, you will see that this is an opportunity it's almost frightening to turn it down now. When I have people that won't take the time to educate themselves, I feel sorry for them. I really do. Because I think that this is an opportunity for us to be able to create wealth for our families and for ourselves in a good, honest way. And it's an amazing, amazing technology that is the future of money. So I'm totally converted, Tom.
Yeah, that's very cool. I know that the internet was the same way, Bob. Some people just didn't see it because they were so busy trying to make a living to survive life that they didn't have time to invest in creating wealth for themselves in the education. And that's usually what happens. I mean, people, they leave school, they never read another book again in their life, and they just try and exist without, re-educating themselves on an annual basis and learning what's new out there. But I always jokingly say I like to shake people like a glow stick until the light comes on. It's like, come on, man. You really need to look at this. I have a technology that is the evolution or the disruption of it's going to be bigger than the entire internet. And honestly, I have to tell people that this technology is a heck of a lot easier to learn than the internet was. The internet, man, is a lot more complicated than what we're doing. So.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. As far as the back office and submitting your tokens for mining and all, it's very, very easy. Very easy.
Awesome. Well, thanks for your story, Bob. Thanks for being online.
Thank you. I sure enjoy it. Thank you very much.
My pleasure. And by the way, in this system, has it helped you introduce people to this? Do you like being able to, I see you're working out of your home office right now. You got your treadmill right next to your elliptical. That's cool. I got to get one of those. It's, looking at the system, you are able to invite people from anywhere around the world onto this call 7 times a week and build your business. Have you found that to be helpful?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I've had a number of people on your Zoomcast we just send out the 16-minute video, and then follow up and see if they're open to learn more, and we go from there. And then I oftentimes hook them up with one of my upline people, and it's fun. It is so much fun. I'm just having a great time.
Yeah. Well, it's better than run around and showing people milkshake mix and skin cream.
Well, I've done that too. So
you ever installed a water filter?
You know what? Have you ever heard of it's called Bondell water filters years ago? Yeah,
Okay.
Water filters a long time ago.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's very, very cool. Thanks for being on, Bob.
Bye.
All right, let me do this. Jen, I'm ready. My phone is charged up and we're good to go. Let me mute you out there, Bob, and I'll bring up Jen one more time. And had a volunteer. Duvall said he would send you some money as well, so you might get money from a couple of us. But let me find out where you went. Let me find. Does anybody see? Oh, there she is. I just saw you. Got so many panels of people today. It's like going through Hollywood squares. You keep moving around on me. There you are. I got you unmuted.
Hey there, Tom.
All right, let me pull up my wallet. And Duvall, thanks for the volunteer. Then what we're going to do, Jen, is I'm going to show you, after I give you some money, I'm going to show you how to spend some money using your app, because you're your own bank now. Have you ever become your own bank before?
No.
Okay, good. All right, so this is a first for you.
This is a first. Yeah.
And do you have a background in digital currency or anything? What's your background?
Yeah, I've already got a global team now in OneCoin.
Okay, so
I started the journey in March.
Very cool. And you started in March, okay. And where are you building your team primarily? Is it all over the world or just in your
It's all over, yeah. Okay. Scotland, Russia, Nigeria, Gambia, yeah. So it's all starting to build now. It's fantastic.
A lot of people don't know Africa has been a great testing ground for digital currency with a company called M-Pesa. I'll post that video, or if somebody's got the M-Pesa video, but it's a 13-minute video that everybody should watch.
Yes, please.
Yeah, it's a great video. Go ahead and pull up your QR code again for me.
All right, okay.
And I'll, so anybody can do this. You saw them post set up coin wallet. There we go. Perfect. Right there. I got it. Wham. Just like that. You can take it down. Would you turn up the volume on your phone real quick? And
okay. Oh.
Somebody sent you money. So I'm sending you a little bit too. So I just hit send. You'll hear my phone.
Oh.
How about that?
Wow.
So isn't that cool?
That's fantastic.
So we sent money faster than you can send an email. And that's usually people's response is, wow. And so how much money do you have now, Jen? Click on that big number at the top. It'll turn it into dollars for you.
The big number at the top, yeah. Oh.
Let me see. Is that your background noise? Or is that somebody else?
Oh, it's mine. Could you turn that down? Yeah, sorry. 2 seconds. Turn that volume down, please. I can't. Whereabouts, Tom, is it up to?
Okay, hit the back arrow in the upper right-hand corner, maybe, or the little icon at the bottom of the screen in the middle that looks like a stack of coins.
Oh, yeah.
And you'll see a big number appear at the top that says Bitcoin BTC.
681.
Okay.
If you can see that.
How much does it say? Now click on the big number, touch the big number, it'll turn it into dollars for you.
681.
Let's see what we got here. Let me bring you up. All right, so you got 681. All right, very cool. So somebody else sent you some money as well. I think I sent you like $5, but US dollars. So let me take you to a screen share real quick. Oh, let me show you real quick what Bob was talking about. And then we'll go spend some money. For those that don't know what Alexa is, if you ever want to know if a website's got a lot of traffic or how it's doing worldwide, you can go to alexa.com and you will see the growth curve that OneCoin has, or OneLife.eu. We're ranked number 3,794 in the world. That puts us in the top 1% largest websites in the world, just so you know. And so when somebody tells you, hey, you ought to join this company or you ought to join that company or whatever. I had a friend the other day and they said, hey, Tom, you know, you need to join Carrot Bars. I should look at Carrot Bars. And no, nothing against Carrot Bars. I'm sure it's a good company. I don't know a whole lot about it. But of course, the first thing I do is I go to carrotbars.com and I want to look at how their worldwide web traffic is doing. And honestly, I don't really care much to join a company that's in a downward trend because that's not typically a good thing. If less people every month are going to their website, that's like the water in your boat is filling up a little bit faster, okay? So that's kind of the indication of what I got when I looked at that company. So if you ever want to do comparisons to websites around the world, and by the way, there's a huge difference between 60,000 unique visitors per month versus not 60,000, but a 60,000 ranking. When you get into the top 10,000, the difference is millions of unique visitors per month. It's huge. And then I'll show you another pretty cool tool I use when I'm doing verifications and really when I have somebody that doesn't believe that, say, OneCoin's as big it is, and I say, okay, well, great. Total engagement since May is 4.3 million people, and average person stays on the website 9 minutes, which is pretty cool. But then you take, and by the way, OneLife is a 2-year-old company in the cryptocurrency space. And then if you want to, you can add, say, bitcoin.org, which is a 7-year company. Bitcoin, let me see, bitcoin.org, which has been around for 7 years. I think it's important for you to understand how we're doing in comparison to the number one, or what was the number one company in the industry, was Bitcoin. And you can see that OneLife is the blue line, and Bitcoin is actually the line that is kind of flat and actually losing volume a little bit. 2.2 million visitors since 2000 or since May. So that just kind of gives you some verification that OneCoin is definitely taking over the number one spot. And SimilarWeb.com and Alexa.com are really great sites for people that, I don't know, me, you know, it's like if somebody tells me about an opportunity, I'm going to look at Alexa.com, and then I'm going to look at, you know, say business at home or businessforhome.org, because I want to know. I mean, honestly, if somebody calls you about a money-making opportunity, don't you want to kind of know if people are making money in it? Call me crazy, but we're gonna get down to your transaction here in a second. But call me crazy, but I like to know if people are making money. And let me blow this up for you just so you can see the top 10. And I think it's important that if you call me about an opportunity, there ought to be some third-party verification out there. But these are the number one ranking earnings in the world in 2 years. Remember, OneCoin's only been around 2 years, and Amway, Dex Hager, they've been around forever, 50 years, something like that. But number one, number two, number four, number five, number 8, number 9, and almost number 10. We almost have 7 of them. We're getting close. Jose Gordo's getting real close. He's within 150,000 a month. He'll probably get there next month. But anyway, that's monthly income, folks. That's not coin value or anything like that. That's nothing artificial. That's actually what they're earning per month. Is that staggering or what? In less than 2 years. Now, that's the top 10. There's, what, 6 of the top 10 are in the top, are in OneCoin. And then in the top 100, there's about 30 of them, 25 or 30. And guess what? There are some people that like their privacy and they don't want to be listed on here, okay? And so there are actually a lot more people who should be on here that aren't. But you look at Holton Bugs. We know that Holton Bugs is a mentor of many people. And, you know, we know that a lot of Organo Gold people have left Organo Gold. And, you know, if somebody called you and say, Tom, I think you ought to join Organo Gold. You know, I love coffee. You know, and I like Organo Gold coffee. I've had it. It's actually pretty good. But of course, first thing I want to do is I want to go take a look at, you know, their Alexa chart. And I want to say, should I join Organo Gold based on that website traffic? The answer is no, not unless I want to join something that's shrinking in value or in business. So I think it's important that you, when you look at that, it's important. So Jen, let's go make a donation to United Way. Then we'll talk to a couple more people on here. I'm typing in Bitcoin. Then we'll cover a little bit about OneCoin as well, so you know a little bit about the company. But basically, we're introducing you to the next iteration or the next generation of Bitcoin. You know, Bitcoin, if you would have put $1,000 in Bitcoin, you'd be worth 12 million today, or 7 million today. You would have been worth about 12 million at the peak. Notice up here on United Way, there's a donate button, everyone. So you can click on donate. The reason I like donating money to United Way is because, number one, it's one of the largest charities in the United States, but it adds some legitimacy. So Jen is actually doing a bankless transaction. I think she said from Scotland. She's actually going to make a donation over the internet without the banks being open and without using government issued currency. And one of the top 5 largest charities in the United States is willing to accept her money, a non-governmental issued currency. So that really adds legitimacy to digital currency, doesn't it? And so I click on donate with Bitcoin, and it'll bring up a little chart here. And then Jen, in the upper right-hand corner of your app, there's a little square, looks like a little box. Do you see that?
Yeah.
Click on that. It's going to ask permission to use your camera.
Yep.
All right. And so what we'll do is we'll do $2 to United Way today. If you'll aim your camera at that black QR code, it will capture it really quickly.
Oh.
Okay. And it added $2 to USD, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and hit confirm. Don't you love her excitement when it's like, wow. And by the way, she's never done a digital currency transaction before, you know, Bitcoin at least. So this is something brand new to her, and you can see how easily she has done it. So it's not complicated, folks. Go ahead and hit confirm and send when you're ready, Jen.
I am really up. Oh, that's it. It's gone.
It's easy to spend money quickly with Bitcoin, I can tell you that. But while we're waiting for that, what will happen is the screen will acknowledge her payment here in just a minute, and I'll leave it up until it does. But there you go. So you sent $1 to the United Way. You sent a different amount than expected, $2, but they received.
Sorry, I can do it again.
No, it went through. I think somebody else may have sent $1 and you sent $2. I think somebody else sent $1 as well. That happens often. We got people out there that like giving as well. But so you Jen, you just did a bankless transaction.
Wow.
You did a commercial transaction without using a government issued currency. Is that pretty cool?
It's fantastic. I'm absolutely amazed. Yeah.
Now I'll tell you, I was in Ireland and I told a room of 400 people, if everybody would go to setupcoinwallet.com or do what we just did and send me your account number, I'll give you $1 so you all can do a donation. Every single one of you have the opportunity to do that. Out of the entire group in Holland, only 10 people did it, out of 400 people. And that will tell you that people, they're either too busy with life or they're just caught up and they fear it or they don't feel comfortable with it yet. But do you see how easy Jen did that? I mean, that was easy. Jen, if I wanted to, I could send you enough money where you could get some Starbucks coffee. Do you have Starbucks coffee in Scotland?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I love my coffee. Yeah.
All right. So what we could do is if I sent you enough money, actually, I'm going to do that. Let me bring you back up real quick. We're going to do something fun because I'd like you to revisit me at a later date on this and let me know that you've done this transaction. But would you pull up your QR code again, hit receive on your phone again?
Yep.
righty, I'm pulling mine up right now. Give me 1 second. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to send you another $5, Jen, and then I'm going to show you a website where you can go buy some Starbucks gift money. Do you use the Starbucks app to buy your coffee?
I've never done that yet, Tom, no.
Okay. Well, you can buy your Starbucks, you can take it down. You can buy your Starbucks points with Bitcoin, and they'll give you a 10% discount on your coffee. So if you use it, so the money I'm sending you right now, you can actually go log on, get the Starbucks app. So I just send you some more money, okay?
Yeah.
And so another thing you can do, watch this, Jen. This is a cool website you may like, but it's called gift.com. And I would check to see if this works in Scotland. I'm pretty sure it does because these are just online gift cards that you can buy. But you can buy all kinds of gift cards online that will enable you to, so if you set up a site with gifts, so you can buy Starbucks cards. So at a minimum, Jen, if you don't get the Starbucks app and buy your points with Bitcoin, at a minimum, go on to this website, gyft.com, and buy a gift card for Starbucks, and then go buy some coffee with the money I sent you, okay?
Okay, I'll definitely do that, yeah.
And by the way, Gift has got a mobile app. If you all don't have it, I would encourage you, let me go ahead and mute you out. Jen, thank you for participating with me on that. It takes a lot of courage to do what you did online. So thank you very much. All right, I think I got her, she muted herself. But anyway, but by the way, Gift, you can get gift cards on sale, folks. So like I get Nike gift cards occasionally at 20% off. So I would encourage all of you to participate with Gift as well. It's a great site, and as you can see, they accept Bitcoin for payment. Right there, you see Bitcoin on their website, PayPal, all the above. Gift's a pretty cool site. Another thing, say if you want to have some fun with somebody, I would encourage you to go see if there's a Bitcoin ATM machine in your town, Jen, and go put a $20 bill in there and get $20 or whatever, and then go to, say, Cheap Flowers, or find a place. Usually you can find flower places that take Bitcoin, but Cheap Flowers, as you can see on the bottom of their website, they accept Bitcoin. We actually sent some flowers to Leilani the other day. She's going through some very tough health issues, and we did a collection on the website. We collected money, and then we ended up getting her some Bitcoin. We got her some flowers through Bitcoin, and also sent her a little extra money that we got through the donation process. So if y'all want to educate people on how to do digital currency transactions. Now, people say, Tom, why do you buy digital currency? Why do you want to own digital currency? Well, number one, and probably a really extreme example, is if the banks did like they did in Greece, and they gave us currency controls where we could only pull out so much money per day. I'm not limited on my Bitcoin. I'm able to do business anywhere in the world without any restrictions because I'm outside of the government issued currency business. Also, my currency goes up in value. And so, Jen, I'm gonna unmute you real quick, and I wanna ask you a question. You said you've been in since March. Do you know what price you got your coins at in March?
Just €5 it was.
It was around €5, and it's at about $8 today. So you've actually seen your buying power increase with your OneCoins.
Almost definitely. Yeah, it's amazing.
Very good. Very good. Well, I'm going to bring up some other people. We're going to talk about that. I'd like to know, the benefits of getting currency at a discount and what you all have seen your accounts do. Thank you, Jen, for participating. Okay.
Thank you, Tom. I appreciate it.
Very good. Let us know later on when you're on about it. Just message me if you went and got your Starbucks with that money, because I'd love to hear that you've been able to do that either through the I would love it if you could download the app and actually buy your Starbucks points with Bitcoin. But if you don't want to do that, just buy a gift card with it and see if that works for you. Okay.
All right. Okay. I'll send you a message as soon as I've done it.
Awesome. Everybody give her a hand for that. That was pretty cool. That was awesome. But that takes to do it from scratch, never doing a transaction ever. That's a pretty cool way to do it. Let me talk to you about a couple things real quick on OneLife and OneCoin. I want to share a little bit of information so you all know really probably the greatest opportunity on earth right now is a company called OneCoin. And we have a system, as you can see, we do everything online. Everybody's at home today or at their home office or in a car or wherever. We have designed a system so we can create a state of success. And I don't know about you, there's a lot of, would you agree a lot of people are living in a state of mediocrity right now? You know, we want to create a state of success. If I have an option, I want to create a state of success. And so we have a system that generates wealth, reduces expenses, and creates time freedom. And you can see that we do this presentation 7 times a week. We're like the post office, rain or shine, we're here, we never miss one. If you invite guests to this meeting, there will always be somebody here presenting for you, okay? The website is always the same and the meeting code is always the same. Now, we tell people, join the cryptocurrency conversation. Education is where you got to start, folks. It's where we've all started. You gotta be willing to sit down and watch an hour's worth of videos or something like that. But awareness allows you to see the opportunities, but it's massive action that allows you to seize the opportunity. You're going to have to take action. We can't do it for you. And if you've got a million excuses why you can't do this, don't come up with a million. Just remember, it only takes one. So if you have one excuse that you can't do this, just don't worry about making up too many of them. We only need one of them, because we're in the sorting business right now. We're not in the convincing business. I like to tell people that we are in the sharing business and the caring business. So I care about you. I want you to do better. I want you to create more wealth for your family. But if you're too busy and you don't have time, I can't do anything about that. You're on your own, okay? But if you are open-minded to it, we'd like to share some information with you how you can actually create more wealth for your family. I'll give you a great example. I had a guy came to my YouTube channel about 3 weeks ago approximately, because he bought his package 2 weeks ago. But he just saw my YouTube video. He watched a video. He watched one of these Zoomcasts, and he called and he said, "Hey, I want to join." And I'm like, "Sure. Have you seen the packages?" He goes, "Yeah, I've researched them online. I'd like to buy an infinity package." Well, an infinity package is about $30,000. Okay. That day, I made like 6,000 euros. You know, it was just a day. So people are coming on board in a very big way, folks, and you can create significant wealth with this very quickly. I mean, there are people that are generating $1,000 to $10,000. I've seen people earn as much as $30,000 in their first month doing this business. Okay, so it just depends on how many contacts you got and how big your influence is. And you know, if you've been involved in 28 network marketing companies in the last 2 years, you may not have that much success. But if you are somebody that's never been in network marketing, or you have a good center of influence, or you've been successful in network marketing, you will be able to build a substantial business with this very quickly. But I will tell you this. You saw the opportunity today. I sent money to somebody without using a bank. Prior to 2010, that was not possible, okay? And I did it right in front of your eyes, and I think you saw by the natural response of Jen that it was very legitimate. She got the money. Everything was square, okay? But you saw the opportunity, but if you don't take action, you know what the difference between seeing an opportunity and seizing an opportunity is? It's the difference between mediocrity and success, okay? You can see it, not do anything with it, and you can remain mediocre in your life and not achieve your dreams and live paycheck to paycheck. You know, I think what Bob was referring to is, the money might run out before retirement does. I think most people that are in their 50s, 60s, 70s are going, do I have enough saved? You know, the dollar lost 40% of its value in the last 30 years. They're saying it will lose another 50% of its value in the next 15 to 20 years because there's so many people heading into retirement and the government can't afford to pay them. Okay, so pretty interesting stuff. So people ask, what do we do for a living? Okay, we sell, we market, or we share. I don't say we sell. I sell for you. If you bring people here, I'm pretty good at it. But I explain it in a way to where it kind of, people's lights go off in their head. They go, wow, this is really like 1991, and I'm showing you how to send an email. Some of you see it and some of you don't, you know, and those that don't, I don't know why, but the ability to, 75% of people dislike their bank, you know, so may have to call on somebody. I think I'm losing my voice here, but anyway, that'd be a terrible thing for me to do. 1 second. All right. So we market education on new currency. We create and mine new currency. We'll talk about that. We introduce merchants to new currency. We got a new merchant program where businesses can accept digital currency. By the way, we are light years ahead of Bitcoin when it comes to merchants and usability. We are light years ahead of where they are. We have the coolest mobile app called MAB, Mobile App Builder, and very, very cool. But I think what's phenomenal about what we do is that we have a business that you can do anywhere in the world, on your phone, on your iPad, or on your tablet, whatever. And you can be on a beach, on a ski slope. You know, I envision that this winter I'll be hanging out in a ski lodge somewhere, either in British Columbia or Aspen or Snowmass or somewhere. And I'll be doing one of these meetings this winter because I can do this from anywhere in the world. Okay. So as we say, we're looking for people that want their work style. We want your lifestyle to dictate your work style. We don't want your work style to dictate your lifestyle. Many of you allow your 40 to 60 hour per week job plus your 15 hours a week in rush hour traffic. A lot of you allow that to dictate your lifestyle. You don't spend enough time with your kids. You don't spend enough time with your spouse. I'd have to say we'd have a lower divorce rate if people only had to work 20 hours a week and could spend more time together remembering why they fell in love. What do you think about that? So I love it. My wife is, she's always worked kind of part-time with her physical therapy and what she does. She loves her career. And recently she had shoulder surgery, and we have just been, together to 24 hours a day because I've been taking care of her. And, we've just enjoyed it. She lays in bed next to me while I'm on my desk, while I'm working all day long. And we literally sit there all day laughing, talking about stuff we're seeing on social media. Of course, the election was going on. That was a topic of discussion. It's phenomenal. It's kind of like, you want to go to lunch? It's like 2:30 in the afternoon. You want to go to lunch? Yeah, let's go. And we went to this place called Lime Juice, great Thai food. And we were sitting there at 2:30 eating lunch at 2:30 when everybody else is like cramming in at 12 because they've only got an hour. And we sat there for an hour and a half and talked to the owner of the restaurant about digital currency. And we're just doing life. I mean, we're just doing life and making money time. And I think that's one of the greatest opportunities that we offer, and probably why you should be a little bit more inspired to look at this, because we have that opportunity. But our slogan is live where you want to live how you want to live, and create wealth doing it. And we have, let me pull that off. We have 3 divisions to our company. We have OneLIfe, which is our social networking community of investors, advocates, and educators. And this is where you sign up and get your free account so you can get into this business or get into mining coins. We are educators of bankless banking, and we show people how to become investment bankers or miners of cryptocurrency. We show people how to get money at a discount. I don't know about you, but that's like the easiest business in the world. I want to show you how to get money at a discount. Anybody interested? I think it's the greatest line on the word in the world. But anyway, OneCoin is our digital currency, and this is a second generation of Bitcoin. We've come along and we've improved Bitcoin dramatically using the same technology Bitcoin uses. So I think it's very important that you understand that this is a blockchain-based cryptocurrency. You will hear people say it's not. They're absolutely lying through their teeth. They don't know what they're talking about. There is a full-blown blockchain. You can see evidence of it in your back office simply by clicking on the transactions that are going through our blockchain, just like you can on blockchain.info. Okay. We also have mobile app builder. For $1,000, you can sign your business up, and it can start taking OneCoin starting in January. It's going to be very cool. No technical skills needed. You can take, say, 10% of the transaction in OneCoin if you want to, and 90% in dollars or whatever your government currency is. But what's cool about putting your business online with us is you'll gain access to 2.6 million people around the world, and we're growing by 150,000 people a month. So I suspect that sometime in January, there will be some type of mall launched where you can go in and search any business that you want to do business with. And it's geolocational based. So when you're out on your mobile phone, if you have the app on your phone, you will be walking down the street and you will get pings on businesses that you're interested in. And like if I'm walking down St. Thomas, I'll be in St. Thomas the 8th through the 13th. If I'm walking down and I like surf shops, Catherine Surf Shop may ping me and say they take OneCoin, okay, because they know I'm in the area because I got the mobile app. Pretty cool. And then we have One Academy, and One Academy is our core educational product. This is what we share with people, and as they get educated, people tend to want to buy these packages. And we have a 6-level program ranging from 110 euros all the way up to 30,000 US dollars. So about $150 all the way up to $30,000. Okay. And you can start small if you want to and come in at a tycoon or a trader if you want to, or a pro trader. And as you get more comfortable with it, as you want to increase your level of education and you want to participate more in the mining process, each package comes with more mining credits, which allow you to get more coins. Okay, so let's do this. I'm going to jump back to the screen. That's a pretty good overview of OneCoin and OneLife. And so we don't run over too far today. Let me see. I'd like to call on Michael, if I could. Michael, how are you doing today?
Hey, I'm doing great. I'm doing absolutely awesome.
Fantastic. So I think you told me you were in the construction business, right? You said you had built your house and know a lot about construction.
Been in it for over half a century.
Half a century.
That's really a long time.
Yeah, but tell me a little bit about your entry into digital currency. How'd you get introduced, and what has been the number one thing that's allowed the lights to come on for you? What really made the lights come on for you with digital currency?
Well, being in construction, you're kind of in the woods on some technologies that are coming out. And I was introduced to this about a year ago by a friend of a friend. And I had suspicions, of course. And then, like most everybody, we went online and saw all the scam reports. I'm old enough and smart enough not to believe all that. And I continued to dig in. And essentially, I think some of you understand when I say I just waited for peace. A good feeling inside about it. After about 3 days of kind of waiting, I just felt like this is where I needed to be, and I've been on educational bits ever since. I don't miss one of these meetings. Physically I may, but I pick them up the next day. Thank you, Tom, for that. I become a coin millionaire. And I'm still very thankful that it changed my life. And whoever's here for the first time, I just almost plead with you to go ahead and begin your educational process and read, study, and basically follow the format that Tom is sharing with us today and has been ever since I can remember. And it will be a life-changing impact in your life and your family and those that you share it with. And just 1,000 thanks for OneCoin, and I'm excited.
Very good. That's awesome. And let's see, 3 things that if I said I'm watching, you invited me to the Zoomcast, Michael, today, and I said after the Zoomcast, Michael, I'm interested in signing up. Tell me the 3 things that you do with a brand new person to get them started and get them in the right direction.
Well, I explained to them, of course, what the blockchain technology is in a bit. I let them know about the usability of the coin, that we can also market the coins on an open exchange, and we can save them and allow them to continue to grow, which they do almost monthly, and you can accumulate wealth that way.
Okay, so stop right there. I already know that stuff. I'm good. You've shared that. Now I'm ready to go. What are you going to do with me? Give me 3 steps that you're going to walk me through to get me started. Physical steps.
Physical steps, I'm going to have them go to the OneLife.eu. There they're going to register, and I will help them with that. They're going to get their account, and they can look at the whatever package they're comfortable with financially, and they're going to purchase an educational package that will see them through into the knowledge and exploration into OneCoin and blockchain technology.
Okay. So you're going to set up their account. You're going to give them an educational package. What's the third thing you're going to do?
Then I'm gonna stand behind them, support them, help them learn, and then steer them to open up a wallet, a Bitcoin wallet, so that they can do live and real transactions that we did today, and enjoy the process in the future.
Okay, so let's make the third step, plug them into the system, because the system does exactly what you just said. So I'm going to simplify your third step. I'm going to say, get them a free account, have them buy an educational package, plug them into the system. Okay, and that is, when I ask you all that question, what are the three things we do to get people started? You know, and I know that there's a little educational process that goes on. So let's say there's a pre-step number one where you've given them a video, you've invited them to a Zoom cast, and they finally said yes. But once they say yes and say, I want to get started, you sign them up for an account, free account, you show them how to purchase an educational package, and then you show them how to plug into the system and gain access to all of the educational stuff that we do as a team. So awesome. Thank you, sir. Great having you online.
Thank you.
Yeah, my pleasure. I'm always glad to see you, and I look forward to meeting you. You're in what area of the world are you in?
I'm in the city of Shreveport.
Shreveport, that's right.
Louisiana.
Are you going to come over to the Dallas meeting?
I am. I wouldn't miss it.
Good. Awesome. Well, I'll see you in the Dallas meeting then. I look forward to seeing you there.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's the Papa Do's, I think, is where it's going to be. In fact, I told Lucille that I needed to publish that today. So I'm going to give you all the Dallas meeting information. Let me find her chat real quick. I'm going to give you all the Dallas meeting, and then we're going to get close to wrapping up the meeting here because we're running a little bit over. But I'm going to post the Evite for Dallas, and you need to reserve your tickets because there is limited seating. And if you want to, pulling up her chat real quick, I'm going to post it in chat. And we have a little flyer as well, Lucille's phone number on it. And we've got a little bit of swipe copy she asked me to write for her for inviting people. But give me 1 second. I'll give you the Evite here, the link to the Evite. Let's see. And we are going to have a packed house. There they are. Got it. 1 second more. I'm getting closer. I need to make sure I can't give you all the flyer today, but I'll give you the link to the actual Evite itself. There it is. And I'm gonna ask somebody to click on it, make sure it works, because it's one of these Facebook links that doesn't always work, but I'm gonna put it in chat right now to everybody. And it includes, it's at Papa Do's. Michael, would you click on that link in chat and make sure it comes up properly for you? I have these Evite links. All of them will be published this weekend for Dallas, LA, Las Vegas. So real quick, the schedule is Atlanta, December. Well, they're coming up this next week. I'm going to be in Greenville on the 17th. I'm going to be in Dallas on the 19th. I'm going to be in Colorado Springs on the 20th. And I have, I've got the link for the Colorado Springs. Let me get that one for you as well. That one is already done. And then I'm making the ones for LA, Las Vegas, Calgary, and Toronto. Those will be done by Monday, no later than that. But that's not till December 1st, the first week of December. And then also St. Thomas from the 8th to the 13th. I figure we ought to hold a meeting so I could write that trip off. So we're going to hold a very big meeting in Las Vegas, or in St. Thomas. Let me pull up the, by the way, while I'm doing this, I want you to know there is a way to make money doing what we're doing. That's why a lot of us are here. You can passively, you can just mine coins and create wealth that way, or you can introduce this to people and build up a team. And that's what a lot of people are doing. But a lot of people are just doing it naturally. They're not, it's not a business to them. It's just like, hey, I'm inviting people to this, and people are signing up, and I get a commission. So I get a 10% commission on any package that's bought. I also can make a 10% team commission on packages that my team sells. And then we also have a check matching bonus. So through 4 levels of generations, we can earn 10% on our first level. So like if I bring in Michael, I make 10% off of whatever he earns. Well, I may bring in 20 Michaels, okay? And then Michael brings in Jen, and I make 10% off whatever Jen makes. And then Jen brings in Kevin. I make 20% off whatever Kevin makes. That would be a big check, by the way. And then Kevin, let's say, brings in Sherry Hilliard, and I would make 25% off of whatever Sherry's check is. So we have a really cool matching bonus system that really, really works, folks. Very profitable. And so the link worked?
Yes, did. Perfect. I've already registered. I'm working on the registration right now.
And Lucille is online, but I'll see what we got here. Control V. Here's the one for Colorado Springs. Anybody in Colorado Springs in that area, Denver? I'll be there. And then, so we don't have one for Greenville. I'm going to make that up today, but Greenville would be posted today. I do have a webinar tonight. So if you need information on Greenville, LA, Las Vegas, any of them, number one, plug into our Zoomcasts. They will be here. But for Greenville, if you need immediate information on Greenville, just email me at coinlifestyle@gmail.com, and I'll make sure that you get the Evite to Greenville. Some of these are charged per ticket because they are serving lunch and hors d'oeuvres and things like that and making it a real nice event. Atlanta is December 1st. Thank you for reminding me. So Atlanta is December 1st. LA is December 2nd. Las Vegas is December 3rd. Calgary is the 4th and the 5th, and then Toronto is the 6th, and then St. Thomas is the 8th through the 13th, and we will be, LA is 12/2, that is correct. And we're still looking for a location in LA. Digna, I did find a location. I got to talk to Lynn Rose today. I think we have a location. Las Vegas is at the Trump Tower. The Calgary is at the Cardell Theater. That will be by registration only. These are all private meetings, so you have to register. There are no walk-ins allowed, so you will have to register before going to the meetings, okay? Because we have limited seating and we need to make sure we have enough room for everybody, and these meetings fill up very, very quickly. All right, everyone. Atlanta address, no location yet. Most likely it'll be around the airport area. So if you're coming into Atlanta, that'll be the best place to stay. It'll probably be at the Renaissance Hotel there at the airport. That's where I do meetings typically, is around the airport because it's easy for everybody. Address for Toronto, we do not have a location yet, but we'll have something by next week. But we got plenty of time. Just know the dates are firm, okay? These dates and cities are firm. I bought my plane tickets. I'm going to be there. And so there's going to be a meeting. I don't know where, but there will be a meeting. So anyway, let's wrap it up there, folks. We're running over today. Let's see. Did you say the 10th for Toronto? No, I'm going to be in the beach thinking about being in Toronto on the 10th. No, the Toronto is the 6th of December. And I will have some special guests traveling with me in Canada. I understand Yasir Mirza is coming with me. He's the number 70th largest earner in the world in network marketing. And Dr. Safar is the number 8 earner in the world in network marketing. Both of them will be traveling with us. And I assume Frankie Lawler will probably be in Canada with us. And I assume maybe Joby Bowie, I think, is coming, and then also probably Peter Shaw as well. These are all, I mean, they're going to be blowout meetings. They're going to be huge, okay? And they will be standing room only, and going to be very cool. So let's see. Get back with the person who invited you. If you haven't watched any videos, be prepared to watch some videos this weekend and get some education. Write down your questions, and know that we've got a promotion going on, so you might want to get your education out of the way this weekend and definitely plug in. Michael, would you do me a favor and just talk about some of the promotions? You've been through a couple of them, haven't you?
I have, you know, splits, I've had some promotions, and of course with that you upgrade, you buy another package, it increases your educational information in the back, One Academy. you know, it's just like magic. And I'm so privileged to be where I am with this group and with OneCoin.
Yeah.
And,
you went through the double, so you got your coins doubled, and you know the value of moving faster than slower. If you were to tell somebody that's new on board, what day would you tell them to get their payment done next week?
now.
And don't wait till next week. That's the
no, because every day that you wait, something's on the move. The value of the coin's going up, or there's a split going to take place. And you don't want to miss out on anything because we really are in the mover and shaker stage right now, and it's just so huge.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I see we added Tanzania to the party as well. What's going on, Alistair? How you doing, buddy? It's always great to see you. But anyway, for those that want to watch this or share this Zoomcast with people, I'm at my farm, so I don't know if it'll upload very quickly, but I will, the minute I shut down my computer, it'll process for about 30 minutes, and then I'll hit the upload button to get it onto to Zoomcast. So if anybody, there are tons of these on my YouTube channel. I uploaded the 2 from Thursday. I know a lot of y'all liked a couple that I did on Thursday, but they're always there. And for those that are building YouTube channels, for about a week, I don't annotate those videos. So you can use an MP4 downloader, and you can download those videos and put them onto your YouTube channel. For those that are building their own YouTube channels, you can do that. And then after about a week, I put my contact information on them. So you want to act quickly if you like one of my Zoomcasts. And if you don't know how to do what I just told you, there's a training video on how to do it on my YouTube channel in the top 15 videos. So you'll see it. But I've had people ask me if I could organize my YouTube channel better, and I just say, no, just stay plugged into the system, and you get the videos you want and organize your own channel, okay? So I just produce content and publish it all over the internet, and that's the way I build my business. But fantastic having everybody online. This has been a fantastic meeting. I always love seeing y'all's faces. You know, we covered the 3 things that you have to do to build this business: introduce people to a video, bring them to a Zoomcast, do an orientation call. That's the process of getting somebody involved. You know, what we talked about with Michael was once they're involved, we set up their e-wallet, we have them buy their package, and then we plug them into the system. So it's actually a very simple business. There's no auto ship, no monthly financial commitment that you have to make. There's just a commitment in general where you have to maybe give up some hobbies. I have a good friend, Brent, who we went out to a football game last night, and you know, he's got an incredible team, and I mean, the main thing is, you know, he has to plug into the system. And we talked about, you know, the times that he can come on, that he needs to plug in and make it a priority, not a hobby. You all are 2 people away from earning hundreds of thousands of dollars per year. You're 2 people away from earning millions of dollars per year. And I just tell people, if you get into this business and you want to build a team, don't stop until you've introduced 100 people personally. And I don't care if it takes you 2 years to do that. I don't care if it takes you a year. Some of you, it'll take 30 days. But don't stop until you've signed up at least 100 people personally, and make that commitment and say, I'm not going to quit at this until, I tell you what, do this. Don't stop until you've had at least 100 people attend this Zoomcast. Okay, you want to set a good goal, Digna. Say, I will have 100 people on this Zoomcast, and I don't care if it takes a year, but don't you quit don't you miss a Zoomcast until you have 100 people on here. But if you are here on a regular basis, you'll hear like Michael's story. How many of y'all thought of a construction person when Michael was talking that you might want to talk to? How many of y'all have a construction person that you would like to hear, you know, Michael's testimony? Douglas also, Sinclair, up in construction as well. You know, very similar stories as far as, you know, construction backgrounds. You know, we've got Digna, we've got, let's see, Catherine, and we've got Leilani. We've got a lot of women that are from the medical industry then in this. We've got a lot of people that are in the natural and holistic business. We have a lot of people, we've got Lucille. Lucille comes from a big family of ministers, and she's a pastor, and she is somebody that comes from a very large family. If you know people that have large families, Lucille's got a great testimony. If you want somebody like Jack Palance, and you want to hear a corporate testimony of somebody who's been in corporate America for 35 years and hasn't seen it pan out the way it wanted to. Maybe you know somebody that owns a hair salon or is a hairdresser and has been doing it for a very long time. You might want to have them hear Janet's testimony. You know, Ken is the consummate salesperson, 6-figure a year producing salesperson for 20 plus years. Maybe you want to hear his testimony. It's great. Maybe Lee O'Shea, you know, who is, you know, Lee is the head of 11 hospitals. He's a marketing director for 11 hospitals. Maybe you want to have somebody hear his testimony. Talton Cooper, who's one of our veterans. Maybe you want to hear Talton's testimony. So powerful. I know so many people are downloading that video Thursday because of his testimony. It was so strong and so incredible. Just so many great stories, lots of veterans, lots of active military people that are involved. And what a great way to be able to share stories without us having to go to a hotel meeting every week. We can do this 7 times a week from the comfort of our own home. And I think you all can see, I don't know when we started these, but I know that I've paid almost 4 or 5 Zoomcast bills, which means that we've been doing this for probably 4 or 5 months. But we have an opportunity to really take this thing to another level and build a global team around the world. But great having you online today, folks. It's always been a pleasure. Get back with the person who invited you to the presentation and make sure that you get started watching some videos, getting educated, get your free account set up, and then plug into our Zoomcast. We'll be back here tonight at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. So 10 p.m. Eastern Time, we have a meeting for our New Zealand and Australia group. It's a great time. And then also on Sunday, 10 p.m. Eastern Time, we have our Women's Night. And I would love every single woman that is on this call tonight to commit to having at least one new person on tomorrow. You got all day. You got 24 hours. You got more than that right now. You got 30-something hours, about 40 hours to get somebody, one person, to plug in tomorrow night with you and get them on the Zoomcast. So great having everyone online. I'll unmute you so you can say goodbye, and then we'll see you tonight at 10 p.m. Thanks for being online, everyone.
Hey, see y'all tonight.
Thank you, Tom.
Hi, Tom. Thank you.
I'm down here in San Angelo with Cheryl.
Awesome.
Good job, Tom. Thank you.
Here from Oklahoma City.
Hey, we're Zooming.